Ear for a peer.
Hi everyone, welcome to the third episode of Ear for a Peer, a peer-to-peer podcast where open minds and genuine conversations of views take center stage. I'm Lucas, your host, and together with my lovely team, spearheading this new project, You Are Enough. I'll be joining you as we uncover our peers' journeys of self-confidence. Our aim is to improve youth relationships by helping you embrace self-love and also provide mutual support. So through inspiring true stories from peers just like yourself, we just want to let you know that no matter who you are enough. So without further ado, let's welcome our third guest of the series. We have Hariz. Thank you so much for coming to this episode. Yeah. So would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi everyone. My name is Hariz. I'm a year 3 business study student. I'm a fan of Lucas.
You can do it.
Yeah.
A fan of me. Okay,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah. So one interesting fact about me is that even though I look skinny, I'm a sporty person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock climbing, is that?
Yeah.
Rock climbing. Yeah. So how is rock climbing so far for you?
Very tough. Very expensive also.
Expensive CCA.
I think I spent around $2,000 on that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, do you enjoy it so far? Do you enjoy rock climbing so far?
I think once you have the interest into something, right, money is not a problem.
Yeah, correct. Okay.
Happiness is. Yeah.
Happiness is forever.
You are enough.
Okay. Well, let's start with the first question. So, Hariz, are you generally a confident person?
No. That's a straight up
Okay.
no. I feel like confident. You need to have that shameful side of yourself to know how to be a better person.
Okay.
So being overly confident can be a bad thing. So
I see.
yeah. So obviously everyone has their own flaws.
Okay.
So for myself, I have my own flaws, and I don't see myself as a confident person, and I always compare myself with others.
Oh,
Yeah.
so what are some flaws you think you can?
Some
if
flaws.
It's okay.
No, I'm quite open. I feel like one flaw in particular would be my studies.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel there's other people that are smaller than me, and I think it makes me feel less confident because I always compare them with, especially with my family. Like they like to compare my siblings among themselves. So that makes me feel very insignificant in the family. Yeah.
I see. So in general, you're not a very confident person because there's a lot of comparison with like your family and comparing yourself with others when it comes to like academics.
Yeah, I cannot say much, but I think my mom always say that in Asian household, comparing other people it makes you be a better person. Then,
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. I think maybe at some certain point, like it does make you a better person, but I think it also boils down to your mental well-being. Because if it makes you, being better at academics, but it also at the same time costs your your standards of your others, how you view yourself. You won't be confident, just like what you said.
Yeah.
So I think it sort of affects it as well, lah. But it's okay. I mean, I think it's something like I think traditionally in Singapore rather, I think a lot of households they kind of go through, like kids go through this because like when they're young.
Yeah, they have this mentality that if you are not smart enough, you'll never succeed in life. Especially in Singapore because it's a fast-paced society. Am I right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So everything is based by results. If you don't show results, and that makes you like insignificant. Yeah.
Correct, and it's gonna like affect your job in future as well, right?
Yeah.
Especially living in Singapore.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay, well, next question that we have here is to you, right? So what defines as confidence to you?
What defines as confidence to me?
Yes.
Well,
First thing.
I think firstly would be being outspoken.
Be outspoken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like being like showing your true self to others, especially to new people. I feel like some people, when you're not confident, right, you tend to show your fake side, like to show to others like, I'm like this, and then to a certain standard you have to be like this so that people will accept you in society.
Right.
So being confident is like being yourself, and then you don't care what other people think of yourself.
Okay.
And that makes you a genuine confident person. That's my opinion of being confident. Yeah.
So you basically sort of like don't care as too much of what people say about you, but it's more about you being yourself and also being outspoken, as you said, right?
Yeah.
So actually being outspoken, do you often see as if like, oh, if you're outspoken, you are considered like confident enough?
Yeah, I feel like it's that way also. I mean, last time in secondary school, I used to be a timid person.
Okay.
So I was pretty much okay, not secondary school, but I think primary school I was a timid person.
Yeah.
So I was a young boy, very skinny and all, and then they were everyone kept abusing the word friendship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
You can do it.
Using one French. Oh
yeah,
my
it's
gosh.
like I can be your friends, and then they will be. Okay, you help me do this, and then you can be my friend group. Then showing like how naive I am, I was like, I need friends, you know. Like being alone is not really that. It don't make me happy. So I go around running errands. I feel so
everyone.
shameful about that. But after I realized how screwed up that is, right?
Yeah.
So secondary school, I start to present myself as a confident person, just pretend to be. That's who you are, and then it just continually. I felt very fake.
I
Yeah.
see.
So
Oh, I'm sorry they went through all this like secondary school. I mean, like
No,
honestly,
it's
when you're young, you kind of just do it without sort of thinking.
Yeah.
Because you have that urge of like, oh, needing people and friends as well. So like you kind of go through that sort of phase where I need to do this and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I understand totally. You know, like I think when I was growing up, when I was young also, right. Especially in school, I kind of had some difficulty as well. Some people wouldn't make friends with me because I was just too like skinny as well. Like people would just go up to me and be like, "Hey, you so skinny boy." Like they just start saying all this weird stuff like, and to me it kind of affected me also. So I do relate in your point. Yeah, because I used to be really skinny as well.
Yeah, but you're fitter than me now. So
No, but that's the thing. Like as time goes on, yeah, it's different, you know. But yeah.
I love you.
So actually, that comes up to the next question. Is so while growing up, right? So where did you get that? Yeah, did you have any source of self confidence like when you're young? Did you have any source of confidence, or where did you get it from?
I think firstly, my source of confidence would be my friends. I feel like friends really makes. I suffer with social anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think being alone in society makes me feel vulnerable. I don't like to be watched.
Yeah,
So
honestly, I get that.
that.
Same thing as me.
Yeah, so it's like you get paranoid with your appearance and how people judge you. So I think one way for me to feel confident is being surrounded by my own friends. And then it's like, you know what, I don't care what other people think. I have my own friends to back me up.
And
that
also,
kind
it's
of
the right
mentality.
kind of friends.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. So I think firstly, you don't make the wrong kind of friends. Please be smart when choosing your own friends. And yeah, I feel one source of confidence would be my friends.
Okay.
Secondly, would be my family. I think my
Family.
sisters are quite supportive.
Your sisters.
Yeah.
Are they the older sisters or younger sisters?
I'm the youngest in the family.
Also,
Second youngest,
okay. So the older sisters.
Yeah, I think I can't. My parents can't relate much to how the way like younger generation think and behave. So I tend to go up to my sister for advice, and then they give me beneficial advice, even though we're 4 years apart. Yeah.
I see. So is it generally just your sisters in your family that gives you that sort of advice to be more confident, or is it in the whole family itself, or is it just your sister?
Just my sister.
Just
I think
sister,
yeah.
okay.
I think cause generation gaps.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah, that can be.
Yeah.
Issue
So my friends and my sister are my source of help and confidence. Yeah.
Actually, I want to circle back to the friends part. So you said that your friends are a source of like your self confidence, right? So so how did you end up picking like the right friends to realize, okay, they actually help me in a way, and you are fine with them?
A good question. For me, common interest.
Common interest. Okay.
Obviously, common interest. If your friends don't have if your friends do not have a common interest with you, I don't think it will sustain very long.
True that. Yeah.
So I feel, firstly, when you interact with a new person, you have to find out what's their interest and all, and then once you have the common interest, you can establish a new friendship.
Correct. Yeah. And it's also branches out from there. Just like from one interest to another. You just start realizing, okay, maybe as friends. Just other group of friends have this interest. Yeah. So, but do you right now have a lot of friend groups with the same interest as well?
Friends go away.
Oh, okay.
As time flies,
Here and
friends,
there, yeah,
and there. I
okay,
mean, like
right.
at the end of the day, it's just you have to keep track. Whether you have to catch up your friends and then they prioritize their studies and all, which is important because
Right.
friendship is about prioritizing with your studies and work.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are enough.
Well, let's go to the next question. So, are there any insecurities that you face? It can be from the past. It can be now. So, what are some insecurities that you face, and why?
What insecurities I faced?
It can be from the
Obviously-
past or now.
Okay, firstly, right,
Mhm.
one major insecurity that I faced was I used to have a high pitched voice.
You can do it.
Oh, the high pitched voice,
You
really?
know, like before
Oh.
you hit your puberty, right?
Yeah.
You start realizing like because like people try to imitate you, and so that's the annoying part. And then it starts very you start being very self conscious.
Right.
So you tend not to talk a lot in public. I mean that's what caused me to be a timid person.
What like was this like from when you're young or from when?
Yeah. So my puberty hit me later in life.
Okay.
Other people,
Okay.
I start breaking my voice at 15 years old.
Okay.
Most people started at 13 years old, right? So
around there.
yeah, people just keep making fun of me, and then it kind of hit me. Thinking
Oh,
like,
it actually like affected you.
Yeah,
like,
it affected
quite a
me.
bit.
But
Oh, shit.
yeah, past is the past, am I right? So
True. Yeah.
So and secondly, with my appearance, right? I think appearance. I think most people think like appearance is one major insecurity that everyone have because of the beauty standards.
Correct. Especially in male as well, right?
Yeah. Like you say, like you have to have that V-shaped body.
Yeah.
then-
Those like
Especially then it's very hard to keep track and all. But yeah, I think I started to realize like you shouldn't care much about what other people think of you.
Okay.
I think one good advice that I read from a book is to have the courage to have the courage to not be liked by other people.
Have the courage not be like by
Yeah.
people, right? So in that way, current self now, is that insecurity still like is that particular insecurity still like sort of lingering? Like, do you still often see yourself as like I don't look this certain way, and then it still affects you?
Obviously, it will come back to you when you're going to sleep at night, and then start to realize, wow, I used to be that in the past. But I think people shouldn't like take it like it shouldn't be something like a cause to affect you the whole life throughout your life. You have to change it. It's either you want to change it or you want to be a better person. Yeah, changing it to new leaf is best, right? But
So how do you like change it? Like, what's your
mentality? I think your mentality.
mentality?
Is better,
Ooh, okay.
yeah.
So it's about the mindset.
Yeah, the mindset myself to not be judged by other people.
Right.
Yeah, don't care what other people think of you. Just be yourself.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you really like, I think it was like a 180 turn. Like you suddenly became I mean, as you said, when you were young you went through like these insecurities, but you start to realize actually I shouldn't care about what people think, and you actually turn yourself to like being that self-confidence in you, like having that self-confidence in you. Yeah, that's great. Like honestly, I think as time goes on, as you grow older, you start to realize like you're in charge of your own like journey, your own story. That's great.
Life is like a storybook.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
the author.
You're basically writing your own story. Yeah. So for next question, right? So actually those insecurities that you had, right? How did that affected your creation of relationships, like with friends or family? Like it can be either, but how did that affect?
I think I mentioned earlier, due to my voice, right, it started to become timid, and then it makes me feel tend not to meet friends because I don't want people to hurt my voice. When they hear my voice, right, they tend not to be friends with me. So I most of the time I just read my own book, and reading
It sounds kind of lonely.
I was being ostracized most of the time in primary school.
Oh no.
You can do it.
But it's fine. It's the past.
Yeah, it's a past, but still that it sort of like had an effect still.
Yeah.
Then what about like if it's crushes or whatever? Did that also affect it a lot heavily?
I didn't think to that certain extent, but I think some people might have this insecurities can affect their relationship or they want to form new relationship with other people,
Right.
it will cause them to feel very paranoid, whether the person like them or not, whether
Yeah, correct.
they am I okay with them, am I good enough. This kind of mentality will will jeopardize their relationships. Yeah.
Definitely. I think that sentence of "Are you good enough?" right?
Yeah,
It always comes back, like to me as well. Like especially even if it's forming relationships and with others, I always think to myself, am I actually good enough for this person? Like even for myself, like if I have not taking control of myself, it wouldn't like help at all.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So it's very important to change your mindset.
Definitely. Yeah.
You are enough.
So what are some ways that you are doing to cope? Like, and actually, I want to talk about in the past because when you were growing up, having that insecurity of being timid and stuff. So how did you like cope?
Cope with it. Find something that you like and interest. One
Okay.
thing would be because I like to read books.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think
Hello,
like,
bookworm.
whoa.
Yeah.
I think like a book makes you feel like you can make new friends with another bookworms. Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
So that's how makes me feel more confident. I think some philosophical books can really help you. Yeah.
Real physical foods. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's interesting. I've never actually thought about those ways before because I mean I'm not a fellow bookworm, but I didn't think it was possible for me to actually like kind of read books to kind of cope with stuff. So for me, it's always like either being like sad about it, but if not, playing games to distract myself. But for you, it was actually reading books, and that actually helped you cope with your insecurities.
Yeah. I think it not necessarily you have to read books to feel confident. You just have to find something to distract yourself.
Something that you enjoy.
Yeah, something that you enjoy.
Yeah.
I think that's important. You shouldn't care what other people think. Yeah, if you like that, I think that's where you feel more confident.
Yeah.
And eventually you become a talented person in that certain skill set.
There we go. Yeah. So okay, but what about right now in the current situation in life, the current state in life? What are some ways that you are also doing right now to cope? Is it still reading, or have you found other things new that has helped you?
I think new things. I think studying.
Okay.
Studying really.
Distracting yourself with studying. Yeah. Okay. That's
I used to be
one.
very afraid to study outside by myself. I feel like
Oh,
because
okay.
you're being judged. Yeah, like as mentioned earlier, I have social anxiety.
Yeah.
So
correct.
I tend to feel very insecure in public, especially when you're alone.
Right.
So, but eventually I realized I shouldn't care about what other people think, and then I started studying outside, and studying helps me to distract. Actually, when you're immersed in your work.
Right.
Yeah.
So you just have like one sort of like thinking like, okay, I should just go inside, just do it.
Yeah.
I shouldn't.
Yeah, just I think like one important is just take the first leap.
Take the first leap
Yeah.
to it. Oh, so like you kind of like break up from a bubble of it and just like do it.
Yeah, just
and
do
then
it.
soon you find like it works out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just being confident.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it's a very good way as well. Like especially when if you're trying to break out from that sort of norm of you like feeling timid and stuff. You kind of have to have that moment where you realize all it takes is that leap of faith.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. So on the last segment, I'd like to ask. So, is there any advice? You have been giving advice, but is there any final advice you would like to share with those that are facing similar difficulties out there?
Two advices.
Okay.
First will be take the first leap.
Okay.
Yeah, don't care what other people think. Just go for it. If you start thinking about other people think of you, it will make you feel reluctant. Yeah. And second thing, have the courage to be disliked by other people. The world is not a perfect place. You can't really you can't make people like you.
Exactly.
You can't make everyone like you. You have to face the fact that some people won't like you.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
So
that's a great.
so from that, once you realize that quote, right, it makes you want to like, you know what, I don't care. Let's go. And that makes you feel more confident. And that makes you more enough of this.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea, to be enough and to also so I think that second advice also is great. Like to have the courage to be disliked by others. I think that's also a very good thing to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
You can do it.
Alright, so we're coming to the end of the third episode. So thank you so much for Hariz for coming down and sharing your experiences and your stories with us. So
Yeah, no
be sure to
worries.
check out our campaign links, our socials, YouTube, Instagram, and also be sure to follow.
Oh, my friends and I are making a new app for friendship advisors or life transitioning advisors. So you can head down to BFF the app on our Instagrams and TikTok.
Yeah, BFF the app. So be sure to follow, guys. Alright, so thank you so much. So once again, we'd like to remind you all that you guys are enough, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye.